What's up, everybody? It's your boy Shocker the Nice Hedgehog here with our Week 17 of the WWC. We are going against my good buddy Little Penguin in his Chicago Cup Foos. As the time of this recording, Penguin actually is confirmed not to be able to make playoffs after losing his Week 5. Yes, losing his Week 5 matchup, which is definitely unfortunate. Penguin definitely has a really good team. I just think maybe the cards he got dealt with and the opponents he got faced with were just a tough schedule for him. So very unfortunate. But I know Penguin, and he's gonna probably still want to try to win this out for himself to get some wins going. But yeah. So I'm definitely not taking this matchup lightly. I'm definitely taking this matchup very seriously. And so I definitely do value Penguin as a big top tier player. This is, I think, the third time I faced Penguin. It might be the fourth. I have beaten him every single time. First time we faced off was TBC, but we don't talk about TBC. And then we faced off last season. And last season, I think he came really close to beating me. I think I got a little lucky against him, or I just played actually. I just really just played that good. I really played that good. So I don't know. But what's funny enough is like last time, I think he had Charizard when I faced him, and he's got Charizard again. So if you guys are excited, would like, Evan Ray, subscribe if you're new, join the First Soccer Crew today because we're showing King of the Crew. And with that being said, let's go ahead and break down this matchup here. So looking at Penguin's team, he has got Urshifu Single Strike, Skarmory, Primarina, Mega Charizard X, Gengar, Tangrowth, Crobat, Rotom Fan, Blissey, and Mew. I don't know. But yeah. So basically, he has a 9-mon team, unless he's actually gonna be real enough to want to bring Bidoof against me, which I don't think he will. But ugh, excuse me. But anyways, looking at this matchup, he's got 3 flying types. Does not have. There's obviously some big things that his team really lacks. It lacks a ghost, really good ghost resist on his team. Which I mean, he does have a ghost resist in Urshifu, but Urshifu doesn't really be that pressured. Actually, take that back. Never mind. His team really kind of doesn't like really good offensive typings against him. Like certain offensive typing mons out there could just really red house his team. But the biggest problem with Penguin's draft, after all the changes and stuff he's been making to it, there's no ground type on this team. And if there's gonna be no ground type on this team, there's no electric immunity on this team. So definitely a big thing there. So with that being said, it's pretty obvious of what I'm planning to bring for my team. But looking at Penguin's squad, I don't think he's bringing Bidoof. Bidoof doesn't really make that much sense. I also don't think Blissey comes. My team is a little more physically offensive, and I really don't think Blissey would match up well against my team, especially with the sets I have. Plus, just looking at my roster, unless Penguin just knows how I'm gonna prep for my team, there's gonna be nothing really else he can kind of do against me. So overall, just don't really see the Blissey coming. Blissey doesn't really do too much. I mean, it could just definitely be Wish, Soft Boil, or Soft Boil Wish, or Soft Boil Toxic Protect, and all that. So I don't know. It could be something. Who knows? Oh, sorry. Excuse me, guys. Whew. I'm tired a little bit today. But yeah, other than that, then it comes to his 3 flying types he has. The weakest one he's not gonna probably bring is going to be Rotom Fan. Rotom Fan, in my honest opinion, I don't think matches up too well against my team. It's not a terrible mon against me, but I don't think it matches up all that well against me either. But if he wants to bring it for something to reliably remove hazards, I think it's definitely not a bad option for him to bring. But in terms of what he can bring, I definitely expect Crobat to be a potential bring on his end. And the reason why I say Crobat, Nasty Bat is very frightening against my team because Nasty Bat outspeeds everything on my team, and Nasty Bat, if he gets a Nasty Plot up, can really wreak house on my team. Excuse me, and it can really do work against me. So I have to definitely be very, very careful around Crobat if it does come. I do expect it to come, but I don't know if he's going to be wanting to go double poison. But in hindsight, I don't have a psychic type on my team, and if he goes double poison, it actually benefits him because of my Landorus. But again, I don't think he would want to really risk it. So, but it's definitely something I could see him being bringing for sure. For his 6 Mons, Urshifu Single Strike actually matches up pretty well against us. Doesn't have like the world's greatest matchup, I feel like, against us, but it's definitely a solid matchup regardless. Skarmory, I think, is definitely the best flying type he has to kind of use it against us in that retrospect. Just for the fact that in a 1v1 setting, Skarmory just helps out against so much more things on my team than everything else does, so I could see why he would just bring that as his main flyer. Primarina offensively is very hard for my team to switch into, and it is a very hard mon to really deal with as well. It's just super annoying. Super annoying for my team to deal with, and just overall, it's just gonna be one hard thing for our team to handle. Megazord is obviously just a big, massive threat if he tries to run. He's been bringing like Dragon Dance Special and then just Dragon Dance Offensive every single week. He's also been bringing Roost. So he's definitely been no, because he used to try to roll the belly drum sets. So definitely going to be hoping we don't get him there. But otherwise, Penguin team very threatening, very hard for our team to deal with, and I think overall it's going to be a very interesting one to kind of see against us. It's definitely going to set up pretty easily against us. If it sets up, it kind of can just win. I do expect Dragon Dance Roost and Dual Stab to be brought against us because it matches up extremely well against us, and we don't really have the best answers to it as well. So we can play around it. It put us in a really good position, but if he gets 1DD off, he could seriously just straight up win this game if we're not careful. So there is that. Gengar offensively just really hits my team super hard. I don't have the best switch into Ghost and Poison on my team, and I kind of have one, but it doesn't really want to take the poison type hits all that much depending on the matchups. But overall, Gengar just offensively is going to be really hard. I do expect this thing to be a choice Scarfer on his team instead of a Specs abuser, or it could be an Expert Belt / Life Orb user as well. So something to really kind of put it in perspective. Um, Tangrowth. Now, Tangrowth's that one mon along with Crobat that's so hard to say which he brings. You look at my team, and in an honest perspective, Crobat matches up a bit better than Tangrowth does. But what Tangrowth provides him is an answer to the two biggest problems his draft will have to deal with my team, being Dracovish and Zeraora. Scarfish beats about everything on his team, and Zeraora literally just beats everything on his team. There's just so many things he has to just factor in and point out in some different directions. And I think it's just gonna be really hard for him to really bring Tangrowth, but I feel like he needs to bring Tangrowth in order to stop things like Zeraora, and mostly Zeraora. If he does bring it, he does bring it. If he doesn't bring it, it ends up being a massive big W for us there. And I do make sure I am prepped for it, regardless though. So overall, I'm going to be ready to go for it in case he does bring it. So that's Penguins team. Let's break down the team we are bringing for this week. And we're first off kicking it off with the Mon. Like I said, pretty much just wins this matchup. It is going to be Zeraora. Zeraora's job is strictly just to break. This is a bulk up set. Bulk up 3 attacks just really just goes in. He doesn't have a round type, so I don't bother running anything with berries. Bulk up 3 attacks. And I might still change this set. I don't fully know yet or confirmed yet. Because the thing is this, right? With having Zeraora, I like to click bulk up because with having bulk up, it lets me basically run house on his team. However, another thing I was kind of expecting with this set was to also do something more on the lines of kind of doing something on the grounds of sub bulk up, sub 3 attacks, which I might change this to. I don't really know just yet. I'll give up my final setting once I know exactly what I want. But regardless, it's definitely something I have to be very mindful and very careful on. But overall, I think whether I go with sub bulk up or either bulk up in general, I think Zero is going to be put in a great position to really put in a lot of work for this game. We are running 72 in HP, 68 defense with the bulk up to give us a really good defensive investment. And random rest into attack and speed. Speed gets stats wise. I'm faster than Gengar. I know I'm supposed to respect speed stats, and I know I should probably respect Crobat, but in a matchup again where it technically doesn't quite matter, where again, I'm pretty sure I'm clinched for playoffs. I didn't really bother with trying to creep for Crobat. I mean, I could have crept for modest Crobat, but overall, I think going speed for Gengar, just to figure out what things are scarfed and what are not scarfed, I think is far better for us in the long run. So overall, Zero Aura, really great mon this game. Coming up next, we have a mon that can just seriously just straight up just beat Penguin's draft. Like, Penguin does not have a lot of things to beat this thing. I mean, he does have some things, but they just don't really just beat it, so. But Cinderace here, Sonic here, which definitely has been putting in a redemption arc for us this season so far. Even though we haven't gotten to really go all out with him and do a lot with him this season so far, he's definitely been putting the team right back on his team putting the team right back on his back right there. We're running 72 in HP, max attack, and 184 speed with the Jolly Nature. Again, enough speed to outspeed everything except for Crobat. Crobat just cannot outspeed no matter what I do. So basically, going for the next best thing, which is getting Gengar, is really good as well. Super Fang, High Jump Kick, Powerball, Gunk Shot. Gunk Shot is strictly there for the Purple Arena. Powerball plus High Jump Kick beats the rest of his team 100%. There's nothing else they can do. Super Fang into Powerball actually might even be a roll with Purple Arena, but I have Gunk Shot on there as a safety net in case he is very defensive over offensive. But Cinderace also with the Charcoal has free fire spam against this draft as well, which is pretty good. And it's just a super really good mon in this matchup. So really expect Cinderace to put in a ton of work. Kicking it off next, we're bringing back Seaweed. Seaweed we haven't been using quite as much in some form of a retrospect. But Seaweed puts in so much great work this game. Seaweed puts in just a ton of dimension of pressure. Sub 3 attacks really just kind of just picks off kills and puts me in the right position. Sub lets me sub up as the Dragalge, as the it's not Dragalge, as Skarmory potentially comes in. Sub is pretty free against a couple of things on his team. I could just attack with something's right in front of me as well if I needed to do that. But otherwise, I can just pretty much just sub and spam attacks. I wanted to go potential Haponberry on this set, but I think in the long run didn't really match up for what I really wanted to do. So that was kind of something to figure out with that. Anyways, 108 in HP for some bulk, max special attack, and timid nature with the 148 speed. With the 148 speed, this is definitely going to be allowing me to be very offensive and also actually let me be a bit speedy. With being a bit speedy, it's going to provide me the opportunity to outspeed all of his bulky mons except for Rotom. Rotom, if it comes, I do not outspeed that thing no matter what. But with having the speed, I outspeed Skarmory and all of his other all of his lower speed stat mons, which I think is very, very important to make claim right there. And also lets me get free subs up. Also lets me get free damage off, which I think is very important. Dragon Pulse plus Sludge Wave Dual Stab just really wrecks house. Thunderbolt is immensely free. If he does choose to bring the Blissey, Blissey kind of just beats me 1v1 in some retrospects. But again, I don't see why he brings Blissey when I have Zero Aura, I have Cinderace, I have a Genesect that can go physical, a Landorus that goes physical, a Munch. Like, I just don't know what he would do with that. But up next, we're finally able to bring him shiny due to the fact that he's an event mod for some reason with this. But we finally get to bring him shiny, which I'm super happy for. We've got Genesect here, my Techno Drive with Techno Blast, Iron Head, Bug Buzz, and Extreme Speed. 16 attack, max special attack, and enough speed to outspeed Urshifu Single Strike. Basically, with having the speed that we need for Urshifu Single Strike, we are able to just now kind of just determine if it is Scarf against us. We are taking a bit of a risk running the Hasty nature. I ran Hasty instead of naive, just for the fact that his team is a little more specially offensive, even though it's about a little 50-50. I think especially offensive, it kind of hits a little harder against our draft. So there was that. But Techno Drive here puts in a ton of work. We are running the Shock Drive this time, which hits a lot of his team for good damage. Shock Drive lets me KO the Charizard on a switch in. Shock Drive lets me beat the Skarmory 1v1. It's a good answer to the Shock Drive also lets me handle the Vape Primarina, so I can 2 AKO that thing as well. Just overall provides me just a lot of great things, and I think it's just going to be a really good asset for the team itself. So Genesect, another great breaker this matchup, having Bug Buzz instead of the Leech Life as well. But Bug Buzz kind of provided better terms of not getting contact with Rocky Helmet, and also just give me a move that can actually hit Tangrowth. Tangrowth is not going to be running, but running the Rocky Helmet instead. I mean, he's rocking the Rocky Helmet. I don't have to worry about hitting it. So there's that. Up next, we're bringing back Gara here with that Sheer Force Life Orb set. We are bringing kind of standard. We are running Timid. Timid really is pretty fine because Rock Slide basically KOs Charizard regardless if I even minus this. I don't know, but Earth Power Sludge Wave Focus Blast. If he is a Fizz Def form of Skarmory, which I think most likely he's going to be, he could be mixed. There's a possibility he could be mixed. I can't guarantee if he will be. If he's mixed, Focus Blast into Rock Slide's a roll. And if he's like leans towards Spadef then Fizdef, then I have to go for 2 Focus Blast to get the KO on the Skarmory there as well. So definitely some big factors going into this matchup with having Landorus this week. I basically do have to run max speed, max special attack. Well, mostly max speed, just so guarantee outspeed Charizard. So now if the Urshifu or Gengar outspeed me, I know that they are Choice Scarf. But the thing is, if Urshifu stays in against me and I Earth Power, something dies. So there's that going for me. So big things to factor there going into the matchup here. And last but not least, we're bringing back the MVP, the Mon that has beaten Dragapult in terms of being in the top 10. It is my boy Munch, our Dracovish, who's been put in the absolute work. I believe he's now 5-1 going into the season after we just picked him up, which is really great. And we're just constantly running that same set, man. Sub Super Fangs. I think a lot of people are not expecting sub from me a lot, and I don't know why, but I've been kind of pushing towards running sub. And I guess the main reason why is just because of the fact that sub it lets Dracovish kind of sit in front of something, and then Dracovish just kind of clicks a button in front of something. Sub Super Fang is really good. Super Fang lets me kind of get 50% chip on something, and then basically just kill it on the following turn. We're running the Mystic Water because look at Acorn's team. He does not have water switching. His only water switching is Tangrowth, which again, Tangrowth is pressured and not being brought. So Tangrowth does not come at all. Sub Vicious Red basically claims a KO. We Unless we get a crit, I'm pretty sure we only 2 KO per Marina with this set. Otherwise, we pretty much just one shot, if not almost 2 shot, about every single thing on his team, which basically is going to just claim KO after KO. And yeah, so I really feel like Munch is going to be a fantastic breaker. 116 HP, max attack, adamant, 92 speed, into 488 into 488, 48 in Spadef, running enough speed to outspeed Rotom if it's not offensive. And the reason why I'm going with this route is just because of the fact that I rather have this outspeed bulk rather than outspeed offense. And then kind of give myself a little bit of bulk and still having a ton of offense with it. But yeah, that is our team. Again, I have not played Monk yet. I actually will be playing Monk as of this recording tomorrow. Which actually, you won't be seeing this tomorrow. Never mind. Forget what I'm saying. But basically, I'm just gonna say I'm playing Monk the day after this video is recorded, and if I win that game, I clinch a top 3 seed regardless. If I lose, and then if I win this game, I'll clinch a 3 spot. But again, 100%, I'm pretty sure I've clinched playoffs because of the fact that I am 5-0 at the start of the season, and there is no way I should be not be making playoffs at this point. So yeah, but because I finished in the top 6 regardless. But yeah, Thank you all so much for watching the Midlight Campaign Race. Subscribe if you're new. Join the Fish Rocker crew today because if you firmly came with the crew. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time, and I will see you guys for the battle. Until next time, guys. Peace.